What's up? This is Rizer 912 with another crazy rant, among other things. Today's topic: corporal punishment. WTF? Really? Some schools in the lower 48 actually use this type of punishment. Really? Do they really think it's gonna change anything? That ain't right. Do you know why so many people, so many youth out there are completely messed up from what I've read in newspapers, stories, real life examples? Really? You wonder why these kids are getting into more trouble than usual. Corporate corporal punishment. Really? You think it's gonna change anything? No. It's gonna make these kids hate authority even more. Okay? It's gonna make these kids It's gonna make these kids hate authority even more. Anarchy is probably no different. There has to be a balance when having used corporal punishment. Suspension, then expulsion if necessary for these crimes is still necessary. But come on, do you think corporal punishment will actually do anything? What? What fools would decide to justify child abuse through corporal punishment? Kinda sick if you ask me. Really? Here's another one. It seems like Japan will, and it's always getting hit, oh, always getting curb stomped by the very forces of nature and man-made disasters as well. I mean, can you blame them? Though it goes with that being said, I think it's highly dangerous to build cities near quake-prone coastlines, if you ask me, especially with nuclear reactors. And I don't think banning nuclear energy is gonna fix what happened at those reactors. You know, they'd they would eventually have to live out that sad fate once more. Sorry, sorry if you're sorry if you're Asian American or a native of Japan. You know I'm not. Someone like me is not gonna not gonna be as subtle as possible. Unlike the sore losers we used to hire and hire throughout the last decade, Cheney doesn't count. The current administration is actually doing something, doing thing. Sorry. Anyway, the current administration is actually doing something instead of just sitting on its hands. I mean, give us a give our current, given our current crisis, it goes without saying that it seems like no matter what we try to do to prevent such disasters, there's always going to be somebody who decides to mess it up for everybody on the planet. Which brings me to my third rant. While I admit that burning any sacred text is just wrong, I think those guys took it a little too far. I mean, you don't see any LDS member going ape spit over 116 pages of a lost manuscript, do ya? It's stern talking to, but you don't just shoot somebody and stab people just because of a book burning. Okay, I'll admit, burning the Quaran is pretty serious shit. Okay? But killing in retaliation is not the answer. If anything, you could have given him at least a very bad splinter. First Amendment or not, burning any text as any sacred text is just wrong, and it's gonna lead to a lot more trouble. I mean, really? Didn't you beat someone senseless over something as ancient as the Quaran gonna change anything? All it's gonna do is cause the critics to make you hate you even more. I mean, really. I mean, it's kind of disturbing now that you mention it. I mean, it's already dangerous enough on this planet. Believe me, if the Taliban had their way, this planet would be irradiated with so much nuclear radiation. Well, we'd be stuck underground for at least a century or two before we could actually return to the surface and find it virtually changed forever. A lot of things can actually be replaced. Human lives ain't one of them. Final thought? I can't say this any more times than what I have to. I'm not known for subtlety, okay? So this rant is not endorsed by MSNBC or any other affiliation. Thank you. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what time it is over here, it's 2:08 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 4/3/2011. Forgive me if I have to post this later on, as as my net's kinda down and completely buggy. Thank you.